So there's a 五教圣人. Wu, if you know Chinese, Wu means 5. 五教圣人. If we study I Ching, 5 is a lucky number. So why not 3? Why 5? So if we have 3 and 5, 5 is the way to go. I think that's why we choose 五教圣人. But don't make the number confuse you. We shouldn't say this is just limited to 5 religion. It should be all ascended sages, great religious leader from all the religion. So it's not just limited to Islam, Buddhism, Confucianism, Taoism, and Christianity. A lot of time when we see on Google image, when we see this picture, it's only limited to 5. But I want you to go beyond 5 because the 5 great religions are not limited to 5. Next one we will talk about is 活佛师尊. He was a real person in China. We call him Gong Buddha. He lived for 77 years. So he actually lived in China from 1130 to 1207. And he was a monk. And we call him Gong Huofo. He has so many names. People call him the crazy monk because indeed he was crazy. Can you imagine he is a Buddhist monk, but then he also drink and he eat meat? Can you imagine that? So people start to criticize him. He said, well, if I don't eat meat and if I don't drink in a bar, how am I going to communicate with the people in a bar? How am I going to communicate with the people who are eater? And that's true. He said that whatever I eat, whatever chicken I eat, this chicken can elevate to a higher realm. Can we do that? Probably we cannot, right? He has that ability to do that. And why does he want to go to the bar? Why does he want to go to hotel to do the things that most Buddhist monks dare not to do? It's because he has the compassion to save the people. How can you save the people in that kind of social level if you don't get involved with them in that kind of environment? So why do we talk about him? Because in our temple, there's a portrait behind him, and that was his incarnation from Gong Buddha, and his name is Zhang Tianran. And Zhang Tianran is a real person too in China. He was born in 1889 to 1947. He lived on earth for 59 years. We call him Shi Zun. Yeah, so Shi Zun is his name, but his real name is called Zhang Tianran. Why is he important? His spirit and Gong Buddha's spirit is the same. So if we talk about Jesus said he's going to come again. So when he come again, I don't think we can recognize him because he will come in a different form and shape, probably in a different nationality. So this plays out very well. Gong Buddha later reincarnated again because he wants to save more people. So he becomes Zhang Tianran. So then here's another picture of him. So this one is already passed. So when he died, he was bestowed a divine name, a divine title that is called Tianran Buddha. In Chinese, we call him Tianran Gufo. This name was given by the Heavenly Mother. It's the same spirit. So Gong Living Buddha is the past Buddha. He's already passed long before us. When we think about Zhang Tianran, he's just in the recent year. But then after he passed, he is being bestowed a heavenly name. So imagine a name that lasts forever, Tianran Buddha. So I hope that eventually when we pass away, when we reach to a certain spiritual cultivation, we will all be given a name too. What kind of name will we be given? It depends on how much we do on earth. Next one is Yue Hui Bodhisattva. So Yue Hui Bodhisattva, of course, she's a Bodhisattva, but we shouldn't think of her as a Bodhisattva. I like to think of every Bodhisattva as a Buddha. For example, Siddhartha, he should be a Buddha already. Guan Yin Bodhisattva should be a Buddha already, but they don't want to be a Buddha yet. They still want to be Bodhisattva so that they can still be closer with human. So Bodhisattva later become Simu. Simu is a real person. Was born in 1895 to 1975, lived on earth for 80 years. Her real name is Sun Suzhen. After she passed, she also was bestowed a holy name that is called the Holy Mother of China. So together, Sizun and Simu that you can see on the picture here. So Simu's picture is behind Yue Hui Bodhisattva. Sizun's picture is behind Gong Buddha. Sizun and Simu represent the sun and the moon, also represent the Tao. It's going to widespread in a household because Sizun and Simu represent the 64th patriarch. So it represents the Tao can start to practice in a family with husband and wife. Because if you have husband and wife, that means there's kids. It's perfectly fine to practice in a family. You don't have to shave your head. You don't have to be a nun. You don't have to be a monk in order to practice. So there's more way to practice besides going to ashram, besides going to a Buddha's temple. There is Dharma Protector in Buddhism. There's Dharma Protector in Taoism. There's Dharma Protector in Christianity. And there's Dharma Protector in, say, Jehovah's Witness. So there's Dharma Protector in all the religion. For the Tao temple, in our temple, we also have our Dharma Protector too. So Dharma Protector number 1 is Guandi Sengjun, whom you see on the right here. And also later on you will see Lü Chunyang Zusi on the left. This one is Lü Dongbing or Lü Chunyang Zusi. So Guandi Sengjun, he has different name. Emperor Guan Sheng, Guan Yu, Guan Sheng Dijun, Guan Gong, Guan Di are all his name. And the second Dharma Protector is Zhang Fei. He is a military general. He has a very deep brotherhood with Guan Di. They are very, very good friends. And Lü Dongbing and Yue Fei. Yue Fei, he is also a military general. During the Southern Song Dynasty, he's considered a national hero in China. So when you ask any Chinese, they might not know the story of Yue Fei, but everybody knows the name. It's interesting that you can see that all the Dharma Protector, most of them are military general because they hold a lot of power. I guess being a military general, it takes a lot of responsibility. You must be righteous. You must have a lot of courage. You have integrity, very honest, and you have that will to protect your family, your village, your country, and your state. So it takes a certain personality to be a general. We have 2 in our temple. The 2 is on the altar. This one and this one, Guan Di and Lü Dongbing. And then there's Guan Yin Bodhisattva. She's also a Dharma Protector too. Guan Yin should also be there, but I forgot to put it in. Next one is Cháng Da帝. Who want to long live? Who want to long live? So if we want to long live, we need to know a little things about him, right? Cháng Da帝, he's in charge of how long we live. Cháng Da帝, we can also call him sage of longevity. First of all, what does he look like? He has a protrude forehead, huge forehead. And sometimes we can see that he's riding with a white deer and he's holding a staff, a cane. Sometimes you can see that he's riding on a white crane. We don't have crane pic. Oh, you can see the crane picture on the left right here. Of course, he has a white long mustache. And we often see him wearing a red robe. Red in Chinese, it means good luck. And then there's a donut peach. Sometimes we wonder, why does he hold a peach? The peach shouldn't be this big, but I guess if you get a peach from heaven, it's supposed to be so big. And sometimes in our temple, if we have a special event like a ceremony, the commemoration of the spring season, summer, autumn, and winter, we all try all of this, right, in our temple, if you come physically. And it's very common that when we see our sage or deity, there's always a lot of kids around them. Sometimes we see 3 of them together. Can you see which one is the sage of longevity? Now we can see, right? The one on the left holding the cane and then holding the huge peach. And that peach is pink. 长生大帝. So you often see these three together, but maybe you don't recognize these two. But after a session today, you will know, oh, okay, I know this guy. He's Cháng生大帝, and he looked very friendly. If you want to go to a Tao temple, not an I-Kuan Tao temple, a Tao temple, or sometimes you see people do some worship with Cháng生大帝. You also see the other two guys right here. So who are they? The one in the middle is in charge of wealth and fortune. Usually they are three together, like three brothers together. So the one in the middle is in charge of wealth and fortune. And you can see that he wears a scholar hat. You can see on the right hand, he holds a snake. He holds a precious jewel. It could be a jewel or 黄金, the golden money. And the one on the right, he also looks like a scholar, especially on the right hand, he's holding a scroll. That means he's a scholar, right? He's also holding a child too. So this guy on the right, he's in charge of your school. So if you are not doing good in school, if you want to study to a higher degrees, if you want to get a good grade in your high school, in your college, in your master degree, in your doctor degree, PhD, you want to worship him because he's in charge of your school. Jerome asked an interesting question. He said, this looks like Lü Zhu. Lü Zhu always holding a stick with some kind of a brush on his stick. Lü Zhu holds a staff. It's like a horsehair on the stick so that he can do his magic power. So that's Lü Zhu. That one and this one looks a little different. Yeah. And notice that these three deities, they all have long earlobe, all the way to shoulder. On this deity here, he holds a child and a scroll. So if you are into some kind of business, who do you want to worship? You want to worship the one in the middle. This is just our Chinese culture, so I just want to share with you. Yeah, Buddha also have long earlobe, and that represent longevity. It also represent good luck, good fortune. It also means that this person is very righteous, has a good heart, because this person must have a good heart in order to long live, right? This person must be very happy. How can the person be happy? Your life must be completely aligned with heaven, completely aligned with love. Otherwise, how can you be happy? So because you are happy, you are aligned with love, you always want to share. That's why you long live and you are always happy. And you see all these three deities, they are very, very happy. So there's one more aspect about Cháng生大帝. He is also named Nanji Xianlong. He's also named deity of the South Pole. He particularly say that he has been to the cosmic cycle for at least 7 times. You say, what cosmic cycle are you talking about? It's interesting, right? This is what I'm talking about. He's been through this cycle 7 times. We are just here for how many years? Say at most 100 years. But he has been here 7 times. So each time is how long? If each epoch is 10,800 years, 7 times is 129,600 years. 长生大帝 has been through this cycle 129,600 years. Isn't that long? I'm sure we all been here too. Although we say that we are in the way phrase, but we all been here too. Do you remember how many times we've been into reincarnation? Many times. Trust me, this time is not your first time. But may this time be your last time. But this time is not your first time, because if it's your first time, you wouldn't be here. The next one that I'm going to share with you is the Kitchen Deity. So the Kitchen Deity, his name is Zhao Jun. What is Zhao Jun in charge of? He's in charge of our kitchen and the food. We all have kitchen, right? But you say, I don't have a kitchen. I just live in, maybe I just rent a room from somebody. But I think in your room, probably you have a microwave. Maybe you have a teapot. Then that would be your small kitchen. Then the kitchen deity stay there. It doesn't have to be a huge kitchen. It can be a small kitchen. Maybe just a small kitchen for you to do some boil your egg, something small. Kitchen God, we call it kitchen deity or kitchen God. He oversees the good and evil of the residents and fire prevention in the household. He oversees the good and the bad for everybody who live in this household. In other words, each household has one kitchen God. If you live by yourself, say you live in a dorm, in the college dorm, or if you do a room sharing, maybe you pay $300 to get a room. You also have your kitchen deity with you too. So every day, the kitchen deity watch you, watch your thought, watch your behavior, what you say, what you think. It's not just what you do, it's also what's in your mind too. So you say, wait a minute, but how come the kitchen god has two? There's the male and the female. Here is the love story that I want to share with you.
Long ago, a couple, family named Cháng, were very poor, living in famine. To survive, his wife had to remarry to another man. One day, when the wife accompanied her wealthy husband for giving out food, she saw her ex-hub waiting in line to receive food. However, the food ran out before his turn. On the second day, the wife gave out food from the back door. The food also ran out before his turn. On the third day, the wife gave out food from the midsection, but she did not
She did not see him.
see him. She later realized he died from hunger. She felt so depressed and died of depression. God later knew the story of the couple. God named him the kitchen god, also allowing the wife to assist her husband to govern people's kitchen.
So imagine there's a poor couple. They are so poor. Even the wife remarry, she still want to serve her husband. What kind of wife is that? I mean, there's still deep love between them. That's why she allowed to marry another man. But imagine this woman, she even though she is with her wealthy husband, she did not forget about her first husband, and she want to continue serve him food. But unfortunately, from the story we see that she tried to serve him food 3 times, but he never was able to receive food. And in the end, we realized that she also died of depression after she learned that her husband died too. They have such a deep love involved. And I just cannot imagine, because nowadays, when people are divorced, when the wife or husband remarry, they just forget about their ex. But this story is completely different. There's such a deep love involved. And so when I see this story, it just deeply touched me so much. So when we really think about the kitchen god, we want to think about it's actually two, it's not one. Sometimes they just make it one, but it's actually there are two involved. But not many people know about the story of the couple. That's why I want to point out to you. On this slide, it shows just one, but in a loving marriage, behind a great husband, there must be a heroic wife. So that heroic wife is his wife right here. I find this story very touching. So next time when we say kitchen god or Zhao Jun, remember this story. Here is another aspect of the kitchen god. Kitchen god, we call him Zhao Jun, is in charge of the kitchen, our food, and the lifestyle. He oversees the goodness and evil of the residents and the fire prevention in the household. And it's also in charge of people's longevity, fortune, and luck. Why? You say, why? But didn't we just talk about the长生大帝, the deity of longevity? Well, because the deity of longevity rely on him to do the reporting. Because Zhao Jun oversee people's behavior on daily basis, or I should say hourly basis, or I should say momentary basis. So he's in charge of reporting that to the higher up, and the higher up could be Cháng生大帝, the deity of longevity. So let's continue on to the next one.
Observe the family's good and bad behavior and report to the higher authority. Report on daily basis, in evening time, summary on monthly basis, with observation of 3 years, with much goodness, good deeds, fortune will come. With observation of 3 years, with much evil, bad deeds, misfortune and disasters will descend after 3 years.
Thank you, Giacomo, for sharing your angelic voice with us. So look at this, report on daily basis and in evening time, on this too. On daily basis, on monthly basis. I want you to think about this as accounting. So on daily basis, the bookkeeper will record a transaction on daily basis. This is the bookkeeper's job. But on a monthly basis, the accountant have to give a report, like give a monthly report. And then on yearly basis, then we have to do a tax return, right? So basically there's the daily basis, the monthly basis, the yearly basis. So then there is the 3 years. Every 3 years is the interval. So this is the job of the kitchen god. If mistake were made or say during today's sharing, I ask for forgiveness from the Heavenly Mother, Buddha Maitreya, Gong Buddha, Patriarchs, Suzun Simu, Grand Master, and Senior Master and Junior Master. And I thank you for your participation. Thank you so much.